Good morning, internets. It is Friday, which means I somehow managed to sort of, maybe kind of survive the work week, which is pretty cool. I want to talk to you guys a little bit this morning. I learned a little bit more about those car subscription services, particularly the one from Volvo. And they have two different tier levels on this. So the way this works, guys, is that it is either $600 or $700 a month, and you get to choose from a select list of Volvos that they have available, and change as often as you want. And I know I was doing a little more thinking about this, a little more discussing with some people that I know, and as I'm learning, I find out this also includes insurance. Now, I have a car that I have to have full coverage on because I'm still making payments on it, this here Volt. And the car payment plus my insurance is, it's right around that lower level tier of $600 a month from Volvo. And I don't get to change my car as often as I want. So when you throw in like, oh, it also includes insurance, all of a sudden it seems pretty damn reasonable. BMW's thing with the many thousands of dollars a month, for what exactly, to change your Beamer as often as you want. It's really nice, but at that price point, it just seems really, really unreasonable for their expectation and the value and everything. But the one from Volvo actually looks pretty cool, and now there's more and more companies, more and more manufacturers coming out saying that they're going to have subscription services like this. Subscription services seem to be the thing. I had a lot of comments from you guys on my last video on this topic saying that quite a few of you seem to think that the subscription service is going to be the way of the future, and that owning a car is actually going to get phased out. No one's really going to need to own a vehicle, and it's all going to be based on rideshare programs, subscription services, automated vehicles that you just you dial up on your smartphone, and then they show up to the location that you need, possibly with people in them, possibly you're carpooling, possibly you're not, maybe paying extra fee to ride alone, but that more or less people are not going to own cars inside of cities any longer. And I certainly see where that would be a practical solution for traffic jams, for pollution, for safety in many cases. I do believe that eventually the self-driving cars are going to be safer than human drivers, as much as I hate to admit that because I don't want to trust the robots. But just some of the driving I've seen here this morning in Las Vegas makes me think like, yeah, we can replace like 90% of you guys with robots and everything would get a lot better. That guy right over there, don't know him, don't like him. We could probably replace that guy's driving ability with a robot and make me feel safer and happier. Would be kind of a cool thing. And that it's a lot of people seem to think that these subscription services are like a little baby step toward that, where people don't really own their own cars anymore. And there's part of me that's sad about that, but also part of me that agrees with you guys that I don't know exactly when. I don't know how fast that transition is going to occur. If you told me that we started making this transition within the next 5 years, I'd probably believe it. If you told me it was in the next 30 years, I'd probably believe that too. I have no concept of where that technology is going, but the idea of the subscription services from companies like BMW, Volvo, Porsche, and other companies that are coming out and doing these subscription services makes a lot of sense. We subscribe to everything for our entertainment. I pay a subscription to Pandora, you pay a subscription to Netflix, to Hulu, pay a subscription for your razors. For women, there's even subscription services for feminine hygiene products that'll send you pads and tampons every month on your select schedule and exactly what you want, exactly when you want it. And these are all subscription-based things where you don't go out and make those choices for yourself anymore. They get sent to you, and you use as needed. And this is becoming more and more common across more and more different types of products, so why not cars too? In the automotive industry, I definitely understand where that's coming from. And I gotta hand it to auto manufacturers, in a world where people are owning cars less and less and are choosing the lease option, or are choosing to carpool, or choosing public transportation. It's not really an option for me in a city like Las Vegas. If you've never been here before, our public transportation is not on point. It's not a thing. If you don't live in the Central Valley, if you don't live right on one of the bus lines, then you're kind of hosed out here. Also, very often you will see one of our buses broken down on the side of the road. Once a week, I see one of our city buses, either for, either one of the double deckers or one of the, the hinged units where we have the adjoining articulation part in the middle of the bus just busted down on the side of the road. And at that point, you're not really doing anybody favors with a public transportation system that's that spotty. They are talking about extending the monorail on the strip. Unless it goes the entire length of the strip, I don't really see the point in it, but, the MGM properties are investing some money in that. And, trying to figure out ways to move people around. But in a city that is designed for the tourists and not for the citizens, public transportation isn't so much an option for somebody like me. So I need to have my own car to get around. But the idea of a subscription service where I'm not responsible for any of the maintenance, I'm not responsible for the insurance, I'm not responsible for, a lot of the things that are a hassle about owning a car, but I still have the option to get in a car and drive it as much as I want. That's pretty cool. I was in doing some reading. There's some of these subscription services where you put on your app where you're I'm going to be at this restaurant with my friends at this time, and I need gas, and a representative will come out and take your car because they have access to it. They'll bring a key to it, go fuel it up and bring it back for you, and then the app will just tell you when that's done, and that's included in the price of your subscription. Stuff like that's pretty cool. I can kind of see where people are coming from on that. I personally want my own car. I'm not ready for the new world yet. I'm not ready for robots doing all of the driving and subscribing to a series of, I want a relationship with my vehicle. I want to name it. I want to be the only one who touches the steering wheel. I want that with my car, and I feel like I wouldn't have that. I know that's silly. I know that there's some of you going, what the hell is even the point of that? But there are some of you car guys right now that just heard me say that were like, yeah, I want to talk to my car too. I don't want other people talking to my car. I don't want my car cheating on me with other drivers. You know what I'm talking about. You get it. I know you get it. I'm not that crazy. This is a car guy thing. We get this. But at the same time, I'm torn between my car enthusiasm and my car guy instincts, and also my pragmatism and practicality when it comes to the problems that we have in the world and how to solve those problems and how to provide consumers with more varied options for how they want to solve their transportation problems. I mean, transportation is a thing that we all have to deal with and we all have to worry about. And it's something that bears consideration, and we need to find new ways to solve old problems. Because they're not getting better, they're just getting worse as population increases. So, finding out about that subscription service option from Volvo, and then it also includes the insurance, I really like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I still want to know more from any of you out there. If anybody has one of these subscription services or has tried it before or has experience with, leasing cars and changing them often, even because that's the predecessor to the subscription service that's coming out now. I'd really like to talk to you guys about that. Please let me know in the comments down below what your experience has been like, and how wow. Okay. All right, Lexus. I know I put my blinker on and came over at a reasonable speed and everything, but I guess you got somewhere to be. Got to race me to that next red light. Yeah, you're a real man. Okay, I'm good. I'm back now. Anywho's, oh my God, just to get back over into the other lane. What was even the point of that? Okay. Anyway, I really want to know more about these subscription services and what you guys think about them. And how do you think this is going to help solve problems, or do you think it's just going to create problems? Would you personally be interested in something like this if it was available in your area? Let me know what you think. Also, if you have good public transportation in your city, tell me a little bit about that. Beyond that, today is Friday, and that means that tomorrow is Car Show on Eastern. I will be there on the corner of Eastern and Richmond. Come out and see me. Look for the hair. Look for the car. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. A little windy. It's gonna be windy, and it's gonna be hot, but I don't care. I'm not gonna let that keep me from the cars. Tomorrow is also a 3-car show day. Okay, so Car Show on Eastern, then Classic V-Dub show in Boulder City. Yeah, that's a little bit of a drive from Las Vegas, but we're gonna make it because Classic V-Dubs. I'm gonna go see all them buses, bugs, and Carmageas, and go see what there is to see out there. And then in the evening, should we feel up to it, I'm pretty sure there's also a Stance car show. And that is, for those of you who don't know, a lot of imports with wheels on camber, big fat rims, little skinny rubber, lots of LED lights, usually good stereo, and tow hooks on Hondas. So it's going to be a good time, and I believe that one is at Boulder Station, and then that's going to be back in the Las Vegas Henderson area. So woohoo, 3 car shows, and then Exotics and Espresso on Sunday. Yeah, guys, we are going to hit it. So it's going to be a really, really good weekend, and I think that's going to about do it for me, because it's time for me to get to work, y'all. I hope everybody's had a great week. I hope everybody's had a great Friday. If you have any questions, comments, of course, please let me know down below. I want to know what you guys want to see. And yeah, so if this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing right over here. Here's some other videos I think you'll enjoy right down here. My name is Katherine with EVs of Nevada. Y'all, I hope everybody's having a great day. Please remember to like, subscribe, and smile.